Imagine a geographic map drawn in the 7th century, specifically predicting the exact layouts of distant nations centuries before global exploration could ever reach them. Islamic prophecies attributed to Ali draw remarkably specific phonetic names for territories sitting at the extreme eastern edge of the earth. The texts identify Phnom as Cambodia, Koryo for Korea, and explicitly name Nepal. The records also locate a distant land defined by its Christian churches, situated near the gathering place of the two great oceans surrounding the earth. They detail the arrival of ships at a coastal territory called Singapore, describing it as a calm land of palm trees, waters, and soaring hills. Naming and describing these uncharted eastern geographies with such precision establishes a clear earthly impossibility. The vision stretches completely past the known borders of the ancient world. The focus then pivots toward what the texts call the land of earthquakes, a nation that sleeps for centuries, only waking between violent tectonic shifts. Here, the prophecy moves away from geography and warns of future technology. It states these nations will eventually manufacture a new instrument of black and red death. This futuristic machine is said to create a foul wind, corrupting the air itself in a terrifying display of apocalyptic warfare. The map functions as a ticking clock. It tracks a clear escalation toward total technological terror in these distant lands. To see how the groundwork for this final era was laid, we have to look at the distant eastern frontier of Guangzhou, China. Centuries early, a navigator described as the man of the sea, Zheng He, used extensive trade routes to bring his religion eastward. Today, a wondrous stone containing ancient speech still sits in the city's pure mosque, serving as a physical marker of this exact historical foundation. These early navigators planted the necessary seeds. They prepared the most distant, non-Arab lands for the ultimate final hour. But before that final hour arrives, the texts outline a rapid drumbeat of global collapse. India overtakes Sind, and Copts push over the edges of Egypt. The dominoes fall relentlessly. Abyssinians march over Yemen, Turks overcome Khorasan, and the sheer violence eventually paves the way for the emergence of the Dajjal. This rapid global fracturing creates an entirely unsustainable stage. The earth is torn apart, demanding a massive divine intervention to restore absolute order. That intervention arrives with the Mahdi. His emergence abruptly halts the earthly chaos, shifting the scale of action entirely into the cosmos. This animated model shows our solar system, with planets moving steadily. According to the texts, this miracle happens when God commands the universe to decelerate its movement. The velocity drops. The days lengthen. A single year is stretched out until it equals 10 normal years. The universe itself hits the brakes. This deceleration ensures that absolute justice has enough time to deeply settle into a fractured Earth. The final confrontation grounds us back on Earth, specifically at the geographic borderland of Greater Armenia, where the Mahdi's eschatological army descends upon the city. A highly knowledgeable monk comes down to meet the army. Looking over ancient texts, he recognizes the Mahdi from descriptions in his own gospel and immediately submits to his authority. However, the city's defenders and their king stubbornly refuse to yield. They lock their gates and prepare to fight. Earthly military arrogance is now set on a direct collision course with irrefutable, recognized divine authority. The clash shatters the laws of physics. Instead of a traditional siege, the entire city is physically torn from the ground. The opposing king watches helplessly as his massive stone fortress is levitated and suspended entirely between heaven and earth by sheer divine power. The conflict ends with one final, surreal blow. A massive lion emerges, roaring directly at the fleeing soldiers, ending the war instantly without further bloodshed. From the jungles of Cambodia to the suspended stones of Armenia, and the slowing of time itself. The Mahdi's ultimate justice spans beyond maps and physical laws. His horizon is absolute.